It's Gabby here, and we're gonna have our first game discussions. Now, this is the first time I ever did this on YouTube, and I'm very new in this gaming reviews and discussions, but I really want to show you guys, my ideas and thoughts. And if you want to ask why I have a microphone, it's because I don't yet have any other microphone, so I just use the Guitar Hero on hand for the PS2. So anyway, what I want to talk about right now is how I heard lots of controversy of this thought that Japanese game developers are not, at their peak in this generation. It's like these American developers say that the Japanese gaming industry is falling down. And well, in terms of the sales, it may be true, internationally or worldwide, but in my opinion, I believe that the Japanese gaming industry should be separated from, the American and international thing right now, because it's true that maybe their titles now are not as big or they're not as good as before. Like when the first Final Fantasy came out in somewhere in the 90s, or the first time Resident Evil was at its survival horror peak back in the 90s as well. And even, the first time we saw Mario, that was something new. But today, well, yeah, they do reboot the franchises at times, but at times it's not as good as the first time. And I don't know. I guess a lot of these Americans just compare it by the sales, but I believe that the Japanese have other things, other games that are more specific for the audience there. Like let's see, visual novel games. They're very popular in Japan, and I'm not just talking about Phoenix Wright or Professor Layton or anything like that, because they have lots of games dedicated to these female fans, and this kind of game is usually called otame. And these type of games are very specific in terms of their audience, like mostly to the girls, because it's kind of like a guy and guy thing. My girlfriend kind of likes those kind of games, but I'm just saying, even fans like them, they get pissed that these American developers say that Japanese don't have any more fans of the same game. And going to a game where I'm a bit more familiar with, let's say the Resident Evil franchise. Yeah, I guess you guys know about that. Yeah, it's been falling down a lot. Like, let's see, Resident Evil 5, it was a nice action game, but it just didn't feel like Resident Evil. And it's just because the Resident Evil creative director said himself that he wants to lean toward the action type genre like Call of Duty, because it's one of the highest selling games. And I just think that he should do something, why can't he go back to the old Resident Evil where it used to be scary? Why it had to be all action and stuff like that? That's why Resident Evil 6, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna purchase it. But it depends on the gameplay. If it really is trying to have some survival horror like 4, like a good blend of action and horror, then I might be sold. But as of now, just don't generalize the audiences of other countries because their games don't sell it well in the numbers, because games are played for fun. Games are enjoyed by a large variety of people. Some may like it, some may hate it, but my point being is that when someone makes a game, it's because developers want people to have fun, and they want to find an audience they want to have for their games. This is why games like Lollipop Chainsaw, which is coming out, which looks kind of interesting actually, made by Suda51, he doesn't have the highest titles in terms of the rating score. Like No More Heroes and Shadow of the Dam only have like a 78, 79 in Metacritic, but he doesn't care. He still makes games because he thinks people loves it, and he thinks he has a lot of fans for his type of games. So I'm just saying that, I mean, to be honest, the shooter genre is not my favorite type of shooter. Well, an exception of Bioshock. But aside from that, I just don't want it to be overpopulated in the market. So just, don't judge other people by the sales only. Include the fans too. And if you guys have something to say, or you just want to ask me something, go ahead, comment below in the comments. Subscribe, and I promise in the future I'm gonna make a way better review than what I'm doing now. I just want to do like a mock review, just so that how people, just to know if people like the way I review, so I can, do better in the next one. Maybe put more graphics, better quality, especially better mic, because I don't want to be holding this all the time. So thank you again, guys, for watching my video, and please stay tuned. Bye, guys. Peace out.